All right, we are just about getting these numbers shortly. We're waiting on the jobs numbers where we're expecting 180,000 jobs created in the month of January and the unemployment rate to tick higher to 3.8%. We are watching the revisions, of course, and we're also looking at production. You got the numbers?
Wow.
All right, let's get right to Cheryl. Go ahead, Cheryl.
This is something. 353,000 non-farm jobs. I had to seriously double check this, guys.
And that was the moment that Fox announced these historic job numbers that just keep on coming in. There was about 188,000 jobs expected, or 180,000 jobs expected. The jobs number was 350,000 jobs, exceeding all expectations. And let's just take a look at these headlines from the past 24 hours alone. AP, U.S. employers added surprisingly robust 353,000 jobs in January in further sign of economic strength. Consumer confidence hits highest levels since December 2021. Strong U.S. worker productivity keeps labor costs in check in fourth quarter. This is from Forbes. The U.S. economy may be primed for an innovation boom. This is from economist Constance Hunter, who quotes Carl Quintanilla, and she writes, "It has been so long since we had a productivity boom. Most people don't know how to recognize it, but that's what is happening right now." Heather Long posts, "Stepping back, it's truly incredible how strong this jobs recovery from the pandemic has been. 14.8 million jobs added since Biden took office, 5.4 million more jobs than pre-pandemic. You can see it in the chart right there, and this from the Biden-Harris campaign account. And this just shows the just a few hours apart right here from Fox Business. They wrote, January jobs report expected to show that hiring slowed down last month. And a few hours later, from the same Fox Business website, U.S. job growth unexpectedly jumps in January as economy adds 353,000 new positions. I know the media likes to always keep saying unexpectedly, this was a surprise, or get this, is it just possible that the media is taking its talking points from Donald Trump and MAGA, who keep on getting every single thing wrong? So what is Donald Trump saying? How is he responding to this? Let's compare and contrast what Trump is saying to what President Biden is saying. Donald Trump over here is taking credit for all of this and for a booming stock market, and he claims it is because of him. He says that he's the reason right now why the stock market, for example, is booming and setting records each and every day. Let's play this clip.
The Biden team can say, well, if things are so bad, how come the stock market's on a roll?
Because they think I'm going to be elected.
That you think the stock market's rallying because people think you're going to be elected?
Yeah. If you take a look at Iowa, if you take a look at New Hampshire, the stock market's been going crazy since then and long before then. When I announced I was running, I took the lead early, and then I beat everybody, including Ron DeSantis. I call him DeSantis now. I took the other names.
Mr. President, back to the economy for a second. Would you...
As our editor-in-chief, Ron Filipkowski, put it, this is where any other interviewer would stop and pin him down about how ridiculous this is, rather than let him quickly change the subject. But this is Maria Bartiromo and Fox, and this is why he only does friendly interviews these days with right-wing hacks. Let's see if Donald Trump ever actually debates. I've said it on the Midas Touch podcast. I don't believe that Donald Trump will ever have the courage to actually debate ever again because he's unable to put together any coherent thoughts. I mean, here he gets this kind of softball, if you will, by Maria Bartiromo, where she asks him about digital currency or a central digital currency. And one of the things MAGA Republicans trying to do is, of course, find any ways to scare their base. But Donald Trump has no clue what she's talking about. So then he quickly goes on to the topic of AI. Watch this, play this clip.
Let me get your take on this central bank digital currency. You've pledged to block a potential central bank digital currency. Is that about surveillance?
It's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. One day you don't have any money in your account. It can be a very dangerous thing. And the other thing that I think is maybe the most dangerous thing out there of anything, because there's no real solution, the AI, as they call it, it is so scary. I saw somebody ripping me off the other day where they had me making a speech about their product. I said, I never endorsed that product. And I'm telling you, you can't even tell the difference. It looks like I'm actually
That's very
endorsing
scary. I
No,
agree.
because
That's
you
very
can get
scary.
that into wars and you can get that into other things. Something has to be done about this, and it has to be done fast.
If you're like most people on planet Earth, you enjoy a good cup of coffee. I just found a new product to put in my coffee that has all these awesome benefits called 4Wellness. You have to try it out. This podcast is sponsored by 4Wellness. 4Wellness is a functional food brand with a unique range of snacks and supplements that are designed to help you get the most out of your body and mind. Their best-selling product, The Good Stuff, is a performance coffee supplement that supercharges the natural benefits of your coffee with just one scoop. Enjoy better focus, reduce the caffeine jitters, increase your collagen, and support fat burning with the power of The Good Stuff's 5 key ingredients: L-theanine, collagen, MCT, cinnamon, and Himalayan salt. On top of that, The Good Stuff helps you ditch the bad stuff like sugar, dairy, and artificial creamers. 4Wellness was founded by world-renowned performance coach Dave Phillips, who's worked with some of the world's highest performing athletes because he saw his athletes struggling with their health and in need of a simple, delicious way to get functional ingredients into their daily routines. Now, Dave is bringing his unique insight from the pro sports world to you with 4Wellness. I already talk about coffee enough with my brothers and annoy them by going on and on and on. And guess what? Now I get to do that twice as much by bragging about my 4Wellness every day. It not only tastes great, but it makes me feel great as well. 4Wellness also offers Superfood Focus Bites, a delicious snack that literally tastes like a chocolate brownie, except it's made from nootropics like lion's mane, mushroom, and cacao. It also has amazing benefits like fighting inflammation and supporting brain and gut health. Plus, they offer tart cherry recovery gummies, which help combat muscle soreness, coffee pods, and more amazing products that you could work into your daily routine. And 4Wellness offers a 60-day money-back guarantee, so what do you have to lose? So, if you drink coffee, it's time to give 4Wellness a try. Head to 4wellness.com/Midas and use code Midas for 25% off your order. Once again, that's 4wellness.com/MEIDAS for 25% off, and make sure to use my promo code Midas so they know I sent you.
And it should be noted that Donald Trump and all of his and other MAGA Republicans are now actually using and manipulating AI. Of course, they're the ones taking advantage of people right now trying to use it, among other people, of course, as well. We saw this recent post by a right-wing pollster whose polls are utilized by mainstream media. I've seen it posted before, where you can see in this post right here, it's trying to show that there are Black Trump supporters who are out there registering voters, but it uses an AI image because it's an entirely fraudulent photograph right there. There's just a bunch of like random letters on the hat. You can see the star on the American flag is not actually the stars that go on American flags. And of course, the individual has 3 arms, and that is not a accurate picture right there. This, by the way, from President Biden. This morning, we got more proof that America's economy is the strongest in the world. 353,000 new jobs were created in the month of January. That matters. Wealth, wages, and employment are higher now than before the pandemic, and I won't stop fighting to keep our progress going. Also, I saw this report as well from Jonathan Lemire, who says, in private, here is how President Biden refers to Donald Trump. What a sick F word. What an effing a-hole this guy is. Behind the scenes with President Biden's pure disgust for his predecessor and what truly sets him off. And it goes into when Donald Trump talks about his praise of Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un, when Donald Trump praises the insurrectionists, when Donald Trump praises and makes jokes about the individual who tried to kill Nancy Pelosi's husband. President Biden refers to Donald Trump like that, and I think rightfully so. By the way, this is United Auto Workers President Shawn Fain talking about how workers are recognizing President Biden's successes. Play this clip.
First off, thanks for having me, Caitlin. And, look, I'm very confident an overwhelming majority of our members will vote for President Biden in the upcoming election. With especially just given the stark contrast. I mean, the one thing we've done throughout my presidency is we deal with facts. And with our contract campaign in the Big Three, with that fight, with the strikes, we put the facts out there. And when you look at the facts in this presidential election with the two leading candidates, you couldn't have a more stark contrast. I mean, you have President Biden, who has a lifetime of serving others and standing with workers and with the working class. And you have President Trump, who has a lifetime of serving himself and standing against everything the working class is for. He serves the billionaire class. And so it's when you look at the track record of the two and the body of work they've done, particularly with auto in particular, it's a simple decision for us on where we think we should go.
This is from CNBC getting the news about the job numbers. Play this clip.
Report, jobs at 24 is out, and it is whopper 353,000. 353,000. We have to go in the Wayback Machine. That is the biggest non-farm payroll gains since January of 23, when it was 472,000. And if we look at the unemployment rate, it is 3.7. It's remained at 3.7. And just for history's sake, the 3.4 low that we had was the lowest since 1953. That was in April of last year. If we look at the average hourly earnings, a huge jump, up 0.6%.
And what is right-wing media talking about? Well, this is an interview in one of these right-wing networks, I think this is Newsmax, between Don Jr. And one of the things that Don Jr.'s out there talking about right now is attacking Dr. Fauci, but of course, and saying that Dr. Fauci is a failure. I mean, you have people like Don Jr., you have idiots like this who are going on right-wing networks attacking someone like Dr. Fauci, who spent his entire career advancing medicine in ways that are so completely historic and beneficial and have saved millions and millions, tens of millions of lives. Remember, Dr. Fauci was recognized by George H.W. Bush for his contributions during a debate. This was always a bipartisan issue that we supported scientists. That's until MAGA came along. Here is Don Jr. Play the clip.
Because we're ruled by idiots. They're great at being bureaucrats. It's sort of like Anthony Fauci. He was never a good doctor. He was certainly never the best doctor, but he was the best bureaucrat. If someone got in his way, he'd figure out how to stab them in the back and make them a non-entity. He learned how to work the media and the press to make it seem like he knew what he was doing, despite a 40 years of failure within his career in the field of medicine.
Another post here from Carl Quintanilla talking about the best consumer confidence expectations since July of 2021 right there. Here you have Donald Trump attacking the United Auto Workers, calling them a hopeless case. Play this clip.
Well, I never spoke to UAW. They're a hopeless case.
Here's Trump's former economic advisor right here, Larry Kudlow, talking about being wrong about the economy. Play this clip.
I was wrong about the slowdown in the recession. So was the entire
I don't think you were wrong.
forecasting fraternity. Well, the Fed, everyone was wrong. Okay. But
you know who wasn't wrong about the economy? President Biden. Here's President Biden talking to union workers in Michigan the other day. Play the clip.
And folks, look, we now have, in large part because of you and organized labor, the strongest economy in the whole damn world. We do. We do. In the whole world. Inflation's coming down. Jobs are growing. We created 800,000 manufacturing jobs.
There you have it, folks. Wanted to show you that with these great economic numbers, you have Donald Trump losing it, trying to take credit for it. You have President Biden steady, stable, focused on the workers, and with both a booming stock market as well as other great economic indicators for workers with jobs up. Folks, there's a lot of work that still needs to be done. There's no doubt about that, but things are headed in the right direction. Consumer confidence headed in the right direction. And when America's doing great, MAGA and Trump and the whole movement over there, they lose it because they don't want to see America doing well, unfortunately. I'm Ben Meiselas from the Midas Touch Network. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 3 million subscribers and have a great day.
Relinquish what remains of the Allspark.
So who's the insect? You? What? Who's the insect?
Protect you. They will defeat it on our world, and we will defeat them here.
Ambush was just a diversion. Security teams bring up. Ravage, he's already inside. Deeds! Give me an update on that reserve. Boss readiness. What was his name? What was it? Evac, sir. Right, evac.
She's right in front.
We are facing a heavy sustained attack. They appear to be after the All-Star aircraft. General,